Saturday night's main event was on last night, so let's talk about everything that happened. If you are new here, you have stumbled upon the Joe Hall Wrestling YouTube channel. Make sure to go down below, drop a like and subscribe so you don't miss out on daily wrestling videos. So we would start out this kind of PLE, kind of not PLE, with Sami Zayn versus Drew McIntyre. Now, overall, this match was fairly decent. The criticisms I do have for it are not on the fault of Sami and Drew. One is the timing. The match felt really, really short. Now, I know it's an opener, but, you know, I think they had, like, 10 minutes, if that, and it just kind of felt, like I said, a bit short. And then, not to mention that, in the middle of the match, we had, like, a 5-minute long ad break. So the match just felt rushed, the match felt short, and I didn't really like the fact that, you know, this is meant to be this big build-up, Drew's big return to the ring, and you're giving him a win, granted, but in such a short period of time. Like, he's capable of putting on a great match, as is Sami Zayn, so, like I said, the fact it was so short, I think, did damage it a bit, but I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. I wasn't a huge fan of this match. It wasn't bad, but it also wasn't great, like these men are capable of. Now, for the second match of the card, we would see Liv Morgan defend the Women's World Heavyweight Championship against Io Sky. Now, overall, I think this match was phenomenal. This could arguably be up there for match of the night. It was a great match, and, you know, Liv would pick up the win clean, which I can't emphasise how important that is. I think this Liv title reign, she's been getting a lot of outside interference from the Judgment Day, from Dominic Mysterio, from Raquel Rodriguez, that now it's important to solidify her as a champion, especially if we're to believe that she has a real chance of beating Rhea Ripley in their upcoming feud. Now, a lot of people are going to think that Rhea is just going to take the title off her, as do I. I think that is the most likely scenario, but we want to be able to believe that Liv will actually win. Now, I know a lot of people wanted Io to win this match, but it was never going to happen. I know they teased us with Io versus Rhea on SmackDown, but we know what direction they want to go, and that was further established when, after the match, Rhea would come out and face off with Liv. Now, I weren't really a fan of this whole face-off, because you've been building these two that they can't control themselves around each other. They have to just keep going and scrapping and beating each other up and interfering in each other's matches. It's a blood feud, basically. But then you can have Rhea come out after them that can just stand in front of each other, look, a foot apart, and just not attack each other. I don't know. It sounds so stupid and trivial, but it's like, if you're building up this feud as it's a blood feud and they really hate each other and they're going to go out and attack each other, it's like, oh yeah, but they'll stand face to face with each other awkwardly for like a minute or two. I don't know. I didn't like that. I knew Rhea was going to come out and something was going to happen, but I weren't a fan. I'm just happy it wasn't during the match because, like I said, the match was great and it needed the clean victory that it got. The third match on the card was Gunther versus Damian Priest versus Finn Balor. Now, overall, I think this match was a bit average, and the reason I say that, partially similar to the Sami Zayn versus Drew McIntyre match, was that the match just felt really quick. Like, it's a triple threat match with three top guys for a World Heavyweight Championship, and again, I think the match, it wasn't long. Again, maybe I'm underselling the times, but it only felt like 10 minutes, and there was obviously commercial break during this match as well. I don't know, man. This match just kind of felt off. Gunther would ultimately retain, which I know a lot of people will be surprised at because some people thought Finn was going to win. I don't know why, but yeah, Gunther retains. I knew he would, so I'm not really surprised. But okay, Damian Priest, man, I'm just not sold on. Ever since he's left the Judgment Day, I don't get him. I don't get him anymore. I don't think he understands himself. What is his character? No, I'm not saying that he's got to be like, you know, Duke the Dumpster Jonesy, have like a real character, like, you are a bin man, you will do this, you do that. But look, he's not really a face, he's not really a heel, he's kind of in this middle ground. He's just like, oh, I don't like the Judgment Day still, like, they're mean to me, I don't like Finn Balor, like, it's just weird. I don't like this character. I hope that he can come up with something better soon, because I am getting fed up with Damian Priest, and that is going to be very controversial. And I imagine not many people will agree with me, but I'm not a fan. And as far as Finn goes, he needed to lose. Ultimately, he needed to lose. As I've discussed in my previous videos talking about what we've seen on Raw, This entire point with Finn and where they're going with Finn is that he's not as good as he thinks he is. That feels like where this is going. He has got a big ego. He thinks he's the best in the Judgment Day, the leader of the Judgment Day. He is the top guy in the Judgment Day. And what they're kind of going to do, at least I believe, is that they're going to build him up, let him have this ego, and then every single time he's going to get torn down. So he got torn down here because he didn't win the match and he got pinned. He's going to get torn down Monday on Raw when he's probably going to lose the Tag Team Championships. It's just kind of like building him up and crumbling him, which is kind of the thing. Like proving that he's not as good as he thinks he is, basically. It's a whole lot of waffle to just say that. So yeah, the match was average, short if anything. And again, I think all three men are capable of putting on better matches. I wasn't a huge fan of it. That's not to say it was bad, but it wasn't great by any means. Our next match of the evening would see Chelsea Green face up against Michin for the inaugural Women's Championship winner, whatever, you get the point. Ultimately, Chelsea Green would win the United States Championship. The match was decent, if I'm honest. I don't think it was anything special, and something that is going to be, again, very controversial. I'm not sold on Michin. I don't like her, and that's not a personal thing. I don't know her personally, but just in ring, I think she's average. I don't think she's top 5 women's wrestlers in the company. I think she is very overrated by some fans. And I don't really know why. I don't see what the fans see. And maybe that's controversial from me. I just don't get it personally. Overall, though, I am happy that Chelsea Green did win the match. I think she was the one who needed this. And I think she can go on now to have a great United States Championship run. I hope they don't make a mockery of it and have her, like, lose it this Monday on Raw. Like, let her have a run. She does kind of need it. Another thing I want to note as well is that I am very happy that Tiffany Stratton didn't cash in. I feel like there was kind of things alluding to the fact that she might tonight on Saturday night's main event, or last night on Saturday night's main event. There was things in the build-up that alluded to that. I'm glad it didn't happen. Tiffany Stratton needs to cash in on Nia Jax. There is a story there to be built. And after Chelsea Green won the belt, they were kind of focusing on her a lot on the celebrations. And I was like, no, please don't tell me this is Tiffany Stratton cashing in. Please don't tell me they're dragging it out for that. Thankfully, it didn't happen. So I am looking forward to what Chelsea Green does in the future with this US title. And I'm looking forward to see Tiffany Stratton eventually cash in and probably win the Women's WWE Championship. Now, this would bring us on to our main event of the evening. Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens in what would be my match of the night, to be honest. This match was really, really good. I think it kind of sold that, yeah, these guys really don't like each other. The match itself was decent. We know both these guys are capable of putting on great matches, and they did so. Now, we would see some shenanigans, I guess, some further story building, which I liked. We would see, initially, Kevin Owens would push Cody, inadvertently send him into referee Charles Robinson and knock him down. Then, we would see Kevin, oh my god, he's going to win, he's pinning Cody, he gets like a 17 count on Cody after hitting, was it a stunner or a pop-up powerbomb? I can't remember. He hit something on Cody, got like a 17 count before another ref came out and counted 1, 2, Cody kicks out. Because, of course, so Kevin should have won, but didn't, because the ref wasn't in the ring. And then what happens? Cody's going to go for a Cody cutter or something. Oh, no. Oh, he's cross-bodied the ref. We had a second ref bump. Now, this would lead to the introduction of a steel chair. Is Kevin going to use it? He tries to. Oh, but he misses, whatever. Then ultimately, the steel chair would be important because Cody Rhodes would deliver a crossroads to Kevin Owens on the chair, shove it out the ring, and then referee Charles Robinson would stagger back to his feet on the outside of the ring and count the pin from the outside. 1, 2, 3. Cody Rhodes retains. Now, I think, like I said, a lot of people aren't going to be a fan of this. Like, oh, why haven't they gave it to Kevin, this, that, and the other? But I think it was important for the story going forward, which we would see continued after the match when Kevin Owens would attack Cody Rhodes. He would deliver a vicious beatdown on Cody Rhodes and deliver a move I have been waiting for about, 10 years now for him to use, the package pile driver. He used it on Cody Rhodes. I really hope that the package pile driver becomes like a mainstay of Kevin Owens' moveset. I mean, let him use it as a finisher, man. Drop the stunner. Let him use the package pile driver. He used it a lot on the indies, and I always loved it. And now it's a safer version of a normal pile driver. We seen the Canadian Destroyer get introduced to WWE a good few years ago. We seen Kevin Owens deliver a pile driver a few weeks ago to Randy Orton. Now he's used a package pile driver. I wouldn't mind seeing him regularly use it. Now, WWE, as they have been doing with pile drivers, like really kayfabed the hell out of this and, strapped Cody's neck up, put him on a stretcher. But that's when Kevin would, be lifting up the Winged Eagle title, parading it round, and he would go and stand on top of Cody Rhodes on a stretcher and lift the title up in the air as, producers like the Hurricane was out there, Jamie Noble was out there trying to get him off and be like, come on, mate. Now, Cody Rhodes would then be stretched out of the arena into the back of an ambulance. It'll be interesting to see what comes of this. Will they write Cody off TV for a few weeks now? I could potentially see that coming, maybe have him come back around the Royal Rumble time. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But as Kevin Owens would walk up the ramp, we would see Triple H come out. Triple H would come and slap the Winged Eagle title out of the hands of Kevin Owens, and they would get into a pushing match on the stage. Now, I don't think this is going to lead to a Kevin Owens versus Triple H feud at all. Triple H cannot come back to the ring. But it is going to lead, I think, to a Kevin Owens being anti-WWE, anti-establishment guy, and I really do like that. I'm getting kind of like Stone Cold McMahon vibes, except Kevin Owens is the heel, but fans are starting to realise, he is actually right. He got cheered when he was parading around the Winged Eagle title, so maybe, just maybe, we have our anti-hero in Kevin Owens. That was the end of Saturday night's main event, though. Overall, it wasn't really a PLE, it wasn't really an episode of Raw, it kind of fell somewhere in the middle and kind of fell short of expectations for me personally. I think you got out of this show what you went into it expecting. I went in with high expectations, so I feel quite deflated and disappointed. If you went in just expecting, it's just going to be like a house show or a normal episode of Raw, then you're probably quite excited and you're quite pleased with how it turned out. Like I said, I'm a bit disappointed. If I had to give it a rating out of 10, I'd give it a solid 5, just because I think there was just as many nearly moments as there was to great moments. EO versus Liv, KO versus Cody were both great matches, but then I look at Sammy versus Drew, could have been way better, so nearly a great match. Gunther versus Finn versus Damien, so nearly a great match that they kind of bring the show down a bit. So overall, I think it is a 5 out of 10. It was bang average. But let me know down below in the comments what you made of the show. I will read them all. And like I said earlier in the video, while you're down there, make sure to go down below, drop a like and subscribe as well. I will see you all next time. Goodbye.